Please welcome up next young poet Austin.
We dig? We good? Oh, have mercy to my own private Rajneeshpuram. Hot weather, he said, has ripped a fabric in my mellow man. This need not be heeded as an imperative, inseminative donation to an impotent situation, much to the chagrin of our open source, on the waterfront lumpen lad, addressing a few linguisticizations on our food problem. Acumen's laudin be as lump as mine, as long as chrysanthemum mamas don't give you no time, and even apples and oranges don't complain in the frequency domain. A quasar apothecary of Schisandrous salamanders and amanita raspberries. Have mercy and water well while I'm gone to my own private Rajneeshpuram. I've been waiting for the Bhagwan all day. The best times, the crispiest of thoughts, most intoxicating words emitteth when you're missing someone. Left with the psychic playthings of the initiate, calmatively containing the sigils of Kaya, from my alphabet primordial soup of desire, hugging the aeons in an exorbitant yes. This is which surrounds and eclipses the chaos center. On the way up and down the central channel, inshallah, with the internal council, a pertinent group setting, or a sweet coquette, a live shebang sigilling cigarettes and lemon meringue with wherewithal enough to know mankind flow. Supplant sunscreen with sage and sephiriac cigarette burn stomach sun effigies as even those most vampiric of entities, blessed be. A worker bee for guy is me. Foretell what I can't tell. Swig bucolic Zinfandel, and scream and shake me all about, and I'll rake for Reiki inside and out. For it is you, the low-laden, love-laden, passive-aggressive maiden of the sunburnt pagans, that we wait for. We wait for a thud, a lewd pulsating of peculiar participants. They merely go, quoting, going with the motions, merely quoting, go man, go, go, go. But to what quotient of an inkling do you ever play about thinking like it won't be straining in the last month remaining? Second to nil, when knowing nothing is productive when it's entertaining. So that's why the shaking going on is shaking for you, baby. The conduit that drains holograins, now ever privy to 5D comprehension, however may procure elements of 3D subconscious tension. The kind that may drive one to become a degenerate punk, a mortician, or Jesuit monk. So it is of thee that I hyperbolicize to thee the degree of the remedy, solipsistically as such the proclivity of proclamatory soliloquies. In closing, before closed eyes, I claim to see you and me, baby. Yeah.
Let's have a round of applause for Austin. Another awesome poet. We welcome you to our poetry stage. We have been performing through the whole festival. Whenever the band's on break, we come up and perform some poetry for you. And we are the Young Poets of Eugene. And right now I'd like to introduce you to Austin, who's going to come up and read some stuff for you.
Take your time, and I'll see you when I see you. Although you can be very specific, there's a lot of meta in what you say, but I like that. Taking it in even-headedly and giving it 2 years, or at least 2 months. Such a seemingly simple situation shortened in shelf life correlation, but still you are very helpful. And what you say today makes a hell of a lot more sense now than it did on Flag Day. and especially the part about the Japanese maple leaves that had me howling like an ornery old lady. It's a bit hokey and old-fashioned, I know, but these are insurmountably the kind of things that pull at a farmer boy's heartstrings. So I ask less of if you are free, but to what degree you've got no place to be.
Woo woo!
Experimentation with the sun in 4 minutes. Thank you, Jason. Sing my song, if it's hard to whistle. Sometimes the tension builds, foregoing melodic frills, like rock and roll with a rusty chisel, consolidating matters with the guitar or the crystal, stillness still being heavy to instill, but no need to walk, wait, or kill. That creature speaks in epistles. Said creature of ice, stewy and irate, knows now what's worth coming to think, be it to feed, fight, or fuck, even in his drunken state. It's because, God damn it, I love you, and I don't care if I stink. It's what's meant. It's the now intent. Why? Why not? As if there has ever been such a thing as luck.
Woo!
You know, it's rather hard not to feel slighted. But who else's fault is that really? How pretentious would it be to put the blames and burdens on those I love and think still love me? I know they still love me. However, which many days and cold nights are encumbered by a longing for more than just mere slumber. Is that such a selfish pine to chew for? Worth boiling the internal dialogue stew for? Suddenly, I am thankful for not being afraid and regretful. Slighted it still may seem, that much more is to gain whilst invoking the dream, bridging over once dammed streams of what is seen and what is said and what is felt. Feel! Present moment, some signs sulking about, maybe still being afraid. Afraid of you? Certainly not. Heavens no. Just as often as it is these days to be misinterpreted saying hi-ho, all the while just as often a seemingly simple sentiment that all life projections come down to. Always. And always so close. It pushes that much further away. What good does it do to suppress all that anger gunk? But then to what degree is it healthy to express it? Dependent on how I fling and what or who I fling it out about. Flinging out? Idle time? Interpreting your various pantomimes? But maybe they're mine and I'm just trying to feel important, right? Bogus, man. Flow is totally bogus. And I should know this. In Godspeed, it's like you think but you don't know. Or I don't know. Not you. I mean. No, yeah, I mean.
Who's got something to give? Come on, Austin. Please welcome Austin back.
Good. Cool. Alright. Bit of psychedelia of sorts. Rabbit, white rabbit, hopping mystery flares, excreting electricity unto the blurry Blair air. Built up, rooted, raw sun anticipation is Isis's vibrato relation. Through the tube amp sustained love generation on the eve of amoebic celebration. Yes, y'all. Come one, come yod, come all. And kick back and laugh at yourself, spinning in the quandric spiral, projecting on the fronds and laugh again. Knowing even whilst in the midst, I and I, above and beyond, all along. Unto these siestas that we do that recoup those of holographic and or crystallized truths. For this use, mushrooms in the afternoon shan't seem reduced to merely a strange thing to do. I think this and thus I gnosis. Papa of the Galapagos takes no gross from the scavenging Anglo-Papadopoulos and humors no riddles of ruse prose facaded in cashmere rose, indifferent to huddling under the brown nose of the oars and showboats, abhorred by their asymptotes and bitter fruit notes, decreed by their unabashed greed of a deed to hornswaggle the honeymead, this looks like a job for me to take the lead on a cowbell massacre through a potpourri for the sanitary satanic posse purporting perpetration of pre-insemination in relation to the power of the pussy, peculiar but familiar to be sure. Maybe I don't need to get too particular at this point, but it's most pertinent when they say shit like, oh, don't get me started on the tzatziki, the tempeh, the teriyaki, oh, yes, tantalizing be the burgeoning privies and amenities of the petty plebeian bourgeoisie. So why would you want us to leave? We love you. We want you to dig our recipes and precipices of archangel archetypes. We got Michael, we got Michelangelo, we got the White Album, we got Grand Funk, we got the Sufi choir blowing against the empire. That's the kind of shit you're into, right? Well, just a change of attire and no entrance fee required. Our mamas and papas subsequently threw them in the fire before relocating them to tombs to null their emanation of noxious fumes, and our cool-headed cadres Om Shantis resume in the form of Om Namo Nama Pishani Trishula Karaste Kuru Kuru Swaha Om Mani Padme Om.
Wow, we're competing with the wind now, but it is getting cooler.
Austin, do it.
Okay, so please welcome Austin to the stage.
Woo!
I befoot a lot of boots rooted in mercy and console the souls with couth allegories of psychic war stories at 4:30 in a pungent dried tomato afternoon. Interest is really the intention behind it all. Was it foolish to play on thinking these feelings sinking would be of interest to anyone a rat's ass giving? Lest you forgot, I'll be out downtown belting down what I have been given and have had got, with a sign illegible summarizing heart-wrenched, hungry, horny, but holistic and happy. And perhaps by happenstance a drunken backwards asshat will hear that and think, hey, hip to that hippie howling and harmonicizing the hours away. Have a place for him in your heart, but sure as hell not a place to stay. Somewhere down the line, just not tonight, today. By 3 a.m. I had made $6 and had the best damn burrito to greet my gullet in half a coon's age. And the dream I had about you was pretty weird too.
Yeah! Woo!
I saw a chick walking backwards this morning. It bequeathed fair warning that today was going to be fantastic, as it's not often or even half the time one's presented with acupuncture and Ayurvedic diuretics on someone else's dime, that fine line blurring between prime-time apostolic laissez-fairies and a paradigm-ceasing subterfuge of space-time, suspense, of the revered and reviled rhyme scheme to schlep the synthesthesiaticism of a chorus of concubines accompanied by train whistles and ondie lines. And little Jakey, truest to form, thought it appropriate to hop on harmonium in the sweat of the symposium, as such is the style of the Mercury sextile wild child solacing in wine in a place within the confines of the concubines. With that I reaffirmed from early on that time only exists when I'm wasting it. So I neither braced nor balked at the babbling bacchanalia of the night before, rather thanking that chick and the star and thanking Gaia that I'm not in a car, imparting that both forwards and reverse lead to a now. About as far from you as a skip to the loo, and these tinctures I steep and these baked goods I burn, all of it's for you, with motives that waver and savory to be sure, for my own gain of peace of mind, of Jimson weed, of the opportunity to philander my phalanges in concurrence with curvaceous protuberance. It's these quandaries and forms of face one must withstand as a dirty boy standing in the mirror at the rotten man. Maybe little Jakey would understand if he was all there, but the damn fool's still falutin' to fetch a ride back from the fair. I don't know what or if these perspectives mean or matter, I just thought I'd share. So I thank you for being here, which is there. I'll be around afterwards for a cleansing and questionnaire. Thank you.
Yeah!
The best times. The crispiest thoughts. Most intoxicating words emitteth when you're missing someone. Left with the psychic playthings of the initiated, calmatively containing the sigils of Kaya, from my alphabet primordial soup of desire, hugging the aeons in an exorbitant helios, yes, this is which surrounds and eclipses the chaos center. On the way up and down the central sacral channel, inshallah with the internal council, a pertinent group setting, or a sweet coquette, a live shebang sigilling cigarettes and lemon meringue with wherewithal enough to know mankind flow. Supplant sunscreen with sage and sephiraic cigarette sunburn stomach sun effigies, as even those most vampiric of entities, blessed be, a worker bee for Gaia is me. Woo! Another little brief one. Oh, rabbit, rabbit, white rabbit, hopping mystery flares, excreting electricity unto the blurry Blair air. Built it up, rooted, raw sun anticipation is Isis's vibrato relation. Through the tube amp sustained love generation on the eve of amoebic celebration. Yes, yes, y'all. Come one, come yod, come all. And kick back and laugh at yourself, spinning in the quandric spiral, projection on the fronds. And laugh again, knowing even whilst in the midst, I and I, above and beyond, all along. It is unto these siestas that we do, that recoup those of holographic and or crystallized truths. For this use, mushrooms in the afternoon shan't seem reduced to merely a strange thing to do. I think this, and thus I gnosis. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, Austin. Okay.